Alright. No use delaying this. Hello everyone, it's your favorite programming error that just refused to be fixed. Code here, and today I am fucking tired. Seriously. But I'm still streaming because Genshin. So I want to be very cautious today because a fellow small VTuber that I sometimes chat with has gotten bot raided today, and I hope the same thing won't happen to me. Then again, that raid happened in an entirely different streaming category. I think he was playing Roblox or something, so hopefully they're not looking at the Genshin streams right now. If so, we should be fine. I pre-banned like a small handful of the bots anyway, just in case. Hopefully that didn't get their attention. Imagine I just bring the raid upon myself due to banning a handful of them, and then the rest of the bots are like, hey, who's this person? Anyway, hi Spin, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Alright, now the question is, should I start with the event stuff? I feel like we might as well start with some of the event stuff. This ain't your daddy's Iridescent store. Indeed it isn't. Alright, so I'll start off by doing, like, I think there's only Act 1 available right now. So we'll do the first act. And then I'll do Lynette stuff. View the invitation letter. Haha, guess who this is from? Bingo, it's me, amigo. That's right, your bestest bad who's been down here in Azuma missing you. The new Fontanian friend said they got a music festival called the Iridescent tour over there. Yay! Instantly thought of the Dramalong Festival. We're gonna get another rhythm game. Thanks for the head pats. Singing and scoffing roasted lavender melons. Ah, yeah, now those are great memories. You haven't forgotten either, right, compadre? Be great if you could figure that part about the 10-year commission botching their jobs and arresting me totally by mistake. Decided to work with my new pal and host an even bigger, even badder, even wilder music
the same as
musical party. Iridescent Arataki Rockin for Life Tour de Force of Awesomeness. Yes, amazing name. Set my soul on fire, it does indeed. So stop dragging your feet and get your tushy on over to Watatsumi Island, because the one and only has still got a lot to say. Be there or be square. If you're no show, then there's no show.
Don't rush.
Of course I didn't have Shinobu transcribe this for me. He totally did. Except, obviously...
Quake!
Well then, as luck would have it, I'm in Azuma anyway, just, you know, on the other side of the country. But I am in the correct country. Alright, let's head on over. Ito! I'm here. And where's you? I can already see the decorations. They better open up a teleport over there. There we go. Alright.
Whoa, so this is the venue, huh? Not half bad.
I can't even pick up the lavender melon. Tragic. Tragic. Let's at least light the fire for them. There. Alright. Oh, there we go. Hello! Now I know Gabe was playing this event earlier.
We'll find that dog, even if it's hiding in Tenshukaku.
I know Gabe was playing these earlier. I hope he had a lot of fun with it. I only popped in real quick to say hi and then left again. I know Spinner was there as well. Jack Attack, yes.
Ito, it's just a myth.
What dog?
Whoa, compadre! And Paimon!
You invited us?
Made it.
It's a high, Rob.
Man, have I missed you guys. Oh, yeah, and this is Dvorak, a musician from Fontaine. Jack Attack, you know these two, right?
What a name.
Hey, Mr. Dvorak, it's you!
I only have one ending for Lynette's Hangout so far, but I feel like it might be the
It's so wonderful to see you both
best.
again. I feel like
We'll
that
see.
lantern rite was just yesterday. How have you been?
Pretty good. So how did you end up hanging around with Ito? Is he helping you with the Iridescent story now?
Oh, you better believe it, Minnie Melon. But that's only half the story.
Oh?
This is no
Then tell me the
ordinary
rest of the
Iridescent
story.
tour. Me and Jack Attack are teaming up to turn this into the Iridescent Arataki Rockin' for Life Tour de Force of Awesomeness.
Rockin'
I'm
for
ready
life?
for it.
What do you know about rock and roll, bullchucker?
Huh? What, you never heard a bullchucker rock before?
Do I have to name any specific one?
Moo!
They're good cheese. They're good cheese out there.
Don't try and understand it, Minnie Melon. It'll melt your mind. It's about letting loose. Come on, give us some lavender melon rock.
I feel like you
Okay,
can't go
speak
wrong
for
with
yourself,
Emmentaler.
mister. Sounds like you're the one
That is
whose
a good
mind is
cheese.
melting.
But sure. You do you, Rob. Anyway, back on topic here. Just to backtrack, what's this dog you were talking about?
Just a local legend I heard about. Apparently there was a war between the islands of Narukami and Watatsumi not too long ago. Is that right?
Such a waste. When will people
No,
learn?
I will not read.
Make rock and
Because
roll,
I did
guys.
read it.
Not war.
I read your comment,
A tragedy,
Spinne.
to be sure. Countless animals were affected by the fallout.
I
A
know.
raven, a
I saw
bakudanuki,
your fun
a weasel
fact.
thief, and many more sustained injuries.
Fair point. The animals didn't
You do not
deserve
have to
that.
keep convincing me.
And not to
about
downplay
Persona
anything,
5.
but
I already
even
purchased
worse
the
stuff
game.
happened than that?
I am not
In the eyes
backtracking.
of a
I
rocker,
will play it at
all
some
living
point.
things are equally important.
So did this dog get injured too?
No, the story goes that this dog was something like a ninkin. It would show up out of nowhere in the middle of a battle to rescue the injured animals and take them to safety.
Huh.
Rockin' and rollin' to the rescue! A king among canines! Woo!
I feel like I have a
There'll always be
doggy
place
like
for
that
him
in my
the
teapot.
Arataki gang.
Where did you hear about this?
In Rito. I was actually there while the war was going on. It inspired me to write a song about it. I was even planning to host a music festival around the same
It's the myth,
theme,
the
but
legend.
unfortunately, I couldn't convince my investors.
Oh, yeah. I heard all about that. They claimed they had to cancel their plans because of an accident at sea, but that was just a lame excuse.
Yes, they weren't optimistic about the potential return on investment. Plus, I don't know, there seemed to be some other risks they were worried about.
Those
What kind
being?
of risks?
Good
Us.
question.
We are the risk.
Risks only apparent to people with Mora to throw around, I suppose.
I agree. When people have too much mora, they lose their rock and roll spirit.
They do, huh? So what do you mean by rock and roll spirit anyway?
The character I mean.
You know, the spirit of,
Sure.
you rock up, rock out, roll the dice.
We'll
and
see
roll with
when
the
I actually
punches.
get to it.
And that sort of stuff.
By
Which
that
I may or
definition,
may not
aren't
at
the
some
investors
point.
The most rock and roll people in this
Well, I will,
scenario?
but you know.
Anyway, point is, those chumps are out, and Arataki Ito is in. I'm running the show from here on out.
Oh, yeah, right! How are you gonna fill in for the investors? Do you even have any more?
I mean, that's fair, Spinne,
I
but
have
Ito would
faith
be
in
bros
Ito.
with
He
most
tells me that the
people.
Arataki gang is a small but well-known and influential organization in this area, and has even been known to rub shoulders with the local authorities. Isn't that right?
I mean, yeah, they
Rub
kind
shoulders,
of.
is putting it mildly.
Yeah.
More like they're always locking horns.
Hey, don't look down your nose at the Arataki gang. I got connections, all right? Even the Tri-Commission listens to what I have to say.
Do they now?
Okay, Mr. Big Shot, whatever you say.
Oh, he is a big shot,
You
the
can doubt it
biggest.
all you want, Minnie Melon, but it's the truth. You know that guy in the Yashiro Commission? Well, he and I are officially bros. That's
Which
right.
guy,
I'm talking
though?
about Toma, housekeeper
Oh.
extraordinaire. And there's the general from the Tenryo Commission, Kujo Tengu. I mean, sure, we're always ribbing each other, but it comes from a place of deep mutual respect.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
Mutual? Yeah, Paimon's not so sure about that.
So what about the Kanjo Commission?
Okay, fair. No first name contacts there. But the Arataki gang is a big contributor to the revenue stream. All those fines we pay.
Fines?
Huh? No. I mean the taxes.
That they aren't
Yeah.
evading.
But
They would
that's
never.
Not all. Let's not forget my contacts outside of the Tri-Commission, huh? Amazing, talented people from all walks of life. Like the TCG legend, Ayato. Oh yeah, he's made quite a name for himself in the TCG
And
circles.
Spinach is tuned out, I imagine,
In fact,
at the
they
mention
got
of
a
that
saying
name.
now. Ayato of the South, Ito of the North. That's right. I'm the only serious competition he's got in all of Inazuma.
Did you make that saying up?
Then there's the Fox Lady, VIP customer of Yukio's ramen stall and fellow participant in the Ramen Masters Championship. I was her only worthy opponent. Also, you know that lonely god in Tenchukaku? Well, guess what? Turns out it was her lifelong wish to catch one of Arataki Ito's events.
You know what?
During
With
the
how
Drum Along
clueless she
Festival,
actually
the
is, I
Tenryo
wouldn't
Commission
doubt
were
that she
worried
would
that
be
their almighty
interested.
Shogun might have too much fun and lose interest in running the
Hi,
government.
Melon. Bye,
That's why they
Melon.
invited me over to stay for a couple of days.
Thanks for checking in.
Oh, look at you!
Don't worry
Sounds
about
like you're
only
really
checking in
going
for a
up in
little
the
bit.
world.
It's still
At this rate,
appreciated.
you'll have made Shogun by the next time we see you.
Gotta
And
get
then
that
I'll
streak,
have
huh?
to call you Almighty Bullchucker.
The Arataki gang never ceases to amaze.
Well, I'll admit I heard a few exaggerations there myself, but regardless, Ito has helped me secure a venue for this event, and for that, I owe him my thanks.
There you go.
It's nothing. Don't mention it.
Strash, you
Goro
gotta
sorted
find
it
better
all out for me.
competition.
Let's both go thank him later.
But he
Wait,
wants to
you
win
know
the
Goro?
competition, you know?
Yep. I always knew him as General Goro of the Resistance Fighters. But I had no idea there was more to the story. Turns out, he has another identity.
What other identity? we're not making any reveals about his author persona, right? There's no way Ito knows, right?
You've, heard of Miss Hina?
Oh god, he knows. Our expressions say it all. He knows. How does he
No need to
know?
yell, all right? Yes, Miss Hina. She's the one who told me.
Oh, okay.
After falling for the Tenryo Commission's tricks at the Drum Along Festival, I figured I'd find a new location this time, somewhere
She told
out of their
you
reach, like here,
About
for
something,
example.
but not that they're the same
So
person,
I wrote
right?
Miss Hina a letter asking if she knew anything about the procedure for holding an event on Watatsumi Island. She wrote me back right away and said I could ask Watatsumi Island's general for help, and that his name
Okay,
was Goro.
okay, we're good.
I was
We're
like,
good.
What? General Goro is the general of all Watatsumi Island?
Alright, it's fine.
Hyman's with you now, but what did you think General meant?
For a second there, he had
I mean,
us.
isn't it like
Really thought he
one
knew that,
general per
you know,
squad
Miss
or
Hina
something?
was actually a
That's
dude.
called a captain.
Really? Huh. Well, either way, if it wasn't for Miss Hina, I never would have known. Pretty rock and roll, huh?
Ha 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 ha.
All right. Good chat, compadre. I just remembered I got a meeting with Goro coming up. Gonna ask him about that dog situation. Gonna have to love you and leave you for now.
Sure you don't want us to join? We could help.
You guys focus on having
boy,
a blast
Ito
here
indeed.
at the festival. I think I can handle this little canine conundrum. There's still a few days left until the big party, so not everything's set up yet. But the jam zone and the roasted lavender melon zone are ready for action.
Yeah, I already lit the fire there.
Have fun, compadre. Got a dash.
Ready for action and you didn't even light it yet. I have to do everything.
What a character. Kind of admire his enthusiasm, though. Well, it looks like it's just the three of us for now. Why don't I show you the jam zone to start with?
Alright, just make sure that you have some kind of teleport, some temporary teleport at this, you know, location. I would appreciate that. I kind of need one of those for quick access. So please tell me I unlock one somehow. Maybe right here at the jam zone. But we can jam. I wonder how this
we are.
rhythm game
I've
works.
supplied musical scores and instruments from various regions,
Because
including the horn I personally
they had
brought from
like
Fontaine. You can
two
play
very
whatever music you
distinct
like.
mechanics for rhythm games so far, I think. I wonder if
If you
this
get
leans
tired,
into
the
either one of
roasted
the
lavender
two,
melon
or it's
zone
gonna
is
be
just over
new
there.
functionality
Ito
again.
says that lavender melons are rock and roll fuel. So what do you think? Want to give it a try?
I guess that makes Paimon flying rock and roll fuel.
Hey, cut that out! Oh, lucky Ito's gone, otherwise Paimon would never hear the end of it.
Well, I'll tell him when I see him again.
Let's change the topic. What other fun stuff is there to do here, Mr. Dvorak?
Well, we're planning to invite some more music enthusiasts, and we're still getting some supplies together, so we can decorate the place a little.
Alright.
But it could
Ow.
take some
High
time.
def.
The Arataki gang has
How's
shifted
it
their
going?
focus to the dog situation ever since I brought it up.
Have you ever imagined VTubing, by the way?
One of them
I'm
is
sorry.
actually
Too soon?
sticking to the plan. Her name is Kuki Shinobu. She's out delivering invitations right now.
Anyway, I hope you recovered well after that incident.
While Shinobu gets things done. We should help out. We can't let this event get totally derailed when Shinobu's out there doing her part.
The PTSD is about to get... Yeah.
Are you sure?
Absolutely, we can handle it.
That would be extremely useful. We're starting to get behind schedule, and a couple extra pairs of hands could make all the difference.
No problem. We're happy to help. So you need us to find some music lovers and gather materials for decorating.
But hey, I can't believe it. You hit 2K
According to the original plan,
followers.
we aim to finish everything in 5
And
days,
then
the
everyone
big
disappeared
party can
again. How
begin.
strange.
Actually, give me a second. I'll make you a checklist of all the outstanding tasks. That way it'll all be clearer. Oh, also, one other tidbit to share with you. Ito is planning to perform a song on stage on the final day of the event.
Oh, so that's gonna be our animated cutscene for the event, huh?
Has to be the center of attention.
Now, is it gonna be better or worse than the Hu Tao rap? Why don't you do a song too, Paimon?
Oh, Paimon would steal the show for sure. No one would give Ito a second look after that. Pretty sure he'd yell out, "Paimon's so rock and roll it hurts!" And then he'd run off the stage, bawling his eyes out.
Yep, very realistic.
Those are some bold
Better than
claims,
the-
Miss Paimon.
Alright,
But that
alright,
kind of
I get your
confidence
preference,
would serve
Spinner.
you well on the stage.
Paimon's just kidding. Anyway, we'll be ready for that checklist as soon as it's done, Mr. Dvorak.
Great. Feel free to take a look around. I'll bring it over in a few minutes.
Please give me a temp teleport point here. I do not see any temp teleport point yet. They better have one for this event. I don't want to walk over from over there every time I want to do something here. That just seems pointless.
Well, well, well. If it isn't the Traveler and Paimon.
Ah yes, it's Punchy
Wow,
Boy.
Shinobu and
Original
Hazel. What a
Punchy Boy.
surprise.
Before Rivesley got added.
This truly is a pleasant surprise. Although, not that surprising, to be honest. I was just telling Miss Shinobu that I had a sneaking suspicion we might run into you.
Hey, if something special happens, I'm gonna be there.
Shikanoin was talking about you constantly the whole way here. I guess the
Yes, an
universe
emo
answered his
Punchy
prayers.
Boy.
It's called intuition. Names pop into my head at relevant moments, just the way my mind works.
It's great to see you both.
Paimon sure wasn't expecting Hazo to be the first one to show up.
Honestly, we're getting a lot of Ito recently.
Boss
I
nagged
mean,
me to
Ito
prioritize
only
the
had an
Tenryou
event
Commission
pretty recently
invitations.
as well.
He specifically requested Madame
Somewhat
Kujo
recently, at
Sara and
least.
Doshin Shikanoin.
So why isn't Sarah here?
And he showed up for the cooking event in Liyue.
Almost certainly because she has no desire whatsoever to see Ito.
I mean, I'm not complaining.
defense,
Ito's a great
here's what
character.
was written on the
Just something I
invitation letter.
noticed.
Kujo Tengu, come meet me at the top of the Sanganamiya Shrine. Let's go nuts and have a totally rock and roll sumo wrestling match.
If I were Kujo Sara, I'd jump at the chance to throw Ito off the roof.
Damn, okay.
Wouldn't Kokomi come and throw Sarah off too? All that stomping around on her roof, the noise would drive her crazy.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Madame Kujo-Sara's response was much more
Oh.
magnanimous than mine would have been.
Also, hi,
She gave us a
Dormuse.
basket of
Hello.
lavender melons to bring as a gift.
Magnanimous? I'm not so sure.
Looking a bit.
Something tells
Alright,
me she's trying
appreciate the
to send a
lyric.
message.
Appreciate the lyric.
What message?
Hope you are well.
If that Oni brat wants to pick a fight with me, there will be plenty of lavender melons waiting for him at the police station.
Oh boy.
Maybe the fact you assume that says more about you than her. So what
Yep,
about the
she
other
does.
basket of lavender melons,
She always
huh?
wears a
Is
mask.
that one from
Very,
you?
very
What
kind of her.
message are you trying
Looking
to
out for
send?
everyone's health.
The other basket is actually from a few of us at the police station. I chipped in, and so did some other Doshin who've arrested Ito before, and so did some of Ito's former cellmates.
Damn, everybody
So,
loves that guy,
I
huh?
guess this basket of lavender melons is our way of saying, there'll always be a place for you here.
There'll always be a place for you
Well,
here,
maybe
in
just give
prison.
Boss the melons and don't mention that part.
Sure. Well, my work is done here, anyway. Now that I've delivered the lavender melons and said hello to the traveler, I should probably get going.
Aren't you gonna stay for the event?
What's he gonna do with
Don't
music?
worry, I'll definitely be back for the big party. But I have some business to attend to in Rito first.
Eesh, being a detective sounds busy. I got you running around all over the place. Oh, wait!
Just make sure you
Rito!
don't accidentally
Do you
plant
happen
any
to
bombs
know anything
anywhere.
about a mystery
Don't repeat my
ninja
mistakes,
that appeared
Hazel.
during the war? Apparently a lot of people in Rito were talking about it.
Ah, the dog, yes? That was the inspiration behind this music festival, wasn't it? Shinobu told me all about it.
Oh, never mind. Paimon just thought a detective might have the inside scoop.
I'm only speculating here, but from experience, I'd say it's probably just a local legend. I doubt the dog even exists.
Well, we brought it up, so it definitely
wrong?
exists.
From the look on your face, you've got a vested interest in this situation.
Yeah, I want the dog. If I don't already have it.
Interesting. Well, since I'm going to Rito anyway, I can always ask around and see where it leads.
It's in my teapot, exactly. If it is the same dog. It might not be for all we know. Are you sure it won't impact your work?
Don't be silly. If this matters to you, that's a good sign that it'll turn out to be something that interests me too. Stay tuned for more info. See you all soon.
Bye, Punchy
Seems
boy.
like Doshin Shikanoin's quite the lone wolf. Well, I'd better get back to delivering these invitations. Gotta make sure the big party's a success.
Indeed. I'm looking forward to the big party.
In that case, guess it's time for us to get to work too. Wonder how that checklist is coming along.
Alright.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, speak
Here's
of
that
the
list
devil.
for you. If you can work your way through all this, we'll be back on track.
Alright, and that's where my little
Perfect
side
timing,
missions
Mr.
come in.
Dvorak. We'll get on it right
That's
away.
the actual event gameplay.
Thank you. I'm very grateful.
Which
for
means
your
I have
help.
now completed
If
the
you feel
intro
like
of
flexing
the
your
event.
musical muscles to take a break at
Probably.
any point, just come and find me in the jam zone.
Yep. Quest completed. And I think only the first act is available so far? Okay. Venue decoration. Not yet unlocked, not yet unlocked. That's all the music tracks. Defeating specific monsters, collecting the designated event regional specialties. Alright. That's fine. And what's this? Ah, okay, that's just quests to complete tracks. Okay. Yes! Finally! There's my teleport waypoint. Alright, and I think that's the only one available so far, so let's go on into the hangouts, go to Lynette, and I mean, we could do the alternate path at the end here, but I think I want to try getting the next big alternate path. So we're gonna continue playing from a decision.
Boring!
No, it's not boring. This is gonna be very entertaining, Farina. Just you wait. We're going back to your homeland. Right now. Alright. For Lynette. Once it loads, you know. But then we'll meet up with her again. Alright, where is she? Hello! Alright, device breaks. Picks one at random.
Clearly, there's some design flaws to iron out. Let's see. Which card did...
Can I if I hit skip, does that skip to the choice? Exactly, perfect. I think, is that skip button a new addition? Because I don't remember seeing this before. And I feel like a lot of people were constantly screaming about how Genshin needs a skip button. Right? It's not just me. That skip button is definitely something we have not seen before, right? When I say it's my favorite. Well, so far I like the first one we got where we busted the crime you know, about smuggling drugs in animals. Alright, head back to the drinks reception.
Back to the drinks reception.
I mean, clearly you don't want to go, you could just...
Nope, I said it was your decision. I'm not gonna waste any more energy dragging my feet.
Alright.
Besides,
no helping the
drinks
cat this
reception is
time.
technically part of the job as an official publicity event. So, if I bail on it...
You'll feel guilty inside.
I might get sued for breach of contract.
Oh.
And that would be a huge pain in the butt.
Oh. I hope
One
that
other
didn't
thing.
actually end up happening
Do
in the
you
other
wanna come
ending.
with me? If you're free, I mean.
Hopefully that'll make it more bearable.
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
The ear twitch! Did you see the ear twitch? Ah, that's cute. Very, very kawaii indeed. Alright. Let's meet up with the people that she was talking to at the hotel.
There you are, Lynette. Where did you disappear
Are
to?
you
Leone
twins?
and I have been looking everywhere for you. Wait, where did you get the cat?
They got. I mean, I know they're NPCs, but still, twins.
I found her outside. Do either of you happen to
What
recognize
the
her?
hell?
I don't think so. Could belong to one of the guests, I suppose.
Like, they're not even trying to hide the fact that these NPCs
Fair
look the
enough.
same.
That was
They
a long
just put
shot.
them right next to
So
each
sorry we
other.
couldn't help you, Lynette.
Two of the exact same
Don't
NPC.
worry. We'll ask around for you.
I think one of their
Leone's
eye
probably
colors
just
is
being
slightly more
forgetful.
reddish than brownish.
Maybe.
Like, I think
Could
on
be
the
right
left
on.
is more red, on the right
We'll
is a
take it
little
to the
bit more
reception
tinted
desk and see if they
brownish.
know anything.
But still,
And if
so
not,
basically
we'll
the
just keep
same.
looking.
It might also just be the
Sure.
lighting, I don't know.
I would help, but I'm a little preoccupied. Sorry to dump this on you.
NPCs again, she's
It's
lazy
no
and stuff.
trouble at all.
They're all
We're happy
lazy.
to help however we can.
Also, if it's no trouble, I mean, could we maybe get an autograph? And maybe a photo too?
Oh boy, here we go.
Leone, you can't spring that on her now. Not while she's working. At least wait until the event's finished. One last thing, Lynette. Director Mary is looking for you. We'll take the cat to the front desk now.
Out of English
See you
voices,
later.
I mean, it's fair. Saves money too. And there are a lot of people who just prefer playing with the original voices. Which, you know, I get it. You're so popular, Lynette. Can you imagine that?
I'm not usually required at these kinds of events, so I don't even have an event mode. Alright, guess I'd better go see the director.
I guess I'd better tag along.
Spectacular choreography, a masterpiece of mise en scène, and the performance, oh my, groundbreaking.
I usually
Dripping
prefer
with,
going for
je
original
ne sais
language.
quoi.
But if it's a
My
game I'm playing,
congratulations
then I
on
usually
another
go with English.
magnificent show, sir.
Yes, yes.
Because I
for
need
one,
to,
was
you know,
particularly
do
captivated by
gameplay
the
stuff.
clearly allegorical
But yeah,
layers
anything
of
I watch,
undertones.
original
The
language.
Lost Puppet shines a spotlight on the impact of
No,
technological advances in our
no
modern
like
society,
dubs or anything.
particularly as they relate to changing modes of emotional expression and the challenge of mutual intelligibility.
And you know what, Spinner? That's totally fair. And it makes sense for JoJo. You don't want the shitty translations they have for the dub. For example, translating Sticky Fingers as Zipper Man. What a powerful stand, Zipper Man. I cannot believe that there's any stand that is more powerful. Just can't believe Zipper Man. Stop watching slime anime because I'm too bored of reading. That sucks. Speaking of the slime anime, I just remembered today that the 3rd season is airing. I watched episode 0 a while back, and just today I remembered, hang on. The 3rd season started airing a while back, and I checked, oh damn, there's episodes 1 through 5 are already out. And then I binge watched them today real quick to catch up. I can't believe it took me until today to remember, oh shit, that show exists. And it's actually fun. All the politic talk and all that, great. The world building is very good, you have to admit.
Such a pioneering work, so far ahead of its time. A tour de force of avant-garde theater.
I can already see the
Oh God,
headlines
it's a
of
fat
tomorrow's
guy.
newspapers.
Evil
They will
rich guy,
certainly be
absolutely,
singing
you
your
can
praise,
tell.
Director Mariyu.
But it was a group effort, of course. To convey emotions in a silent show with no facial expressions, the entire cast had to go above and beyond. Everyone truly outdid themselves.
Speaking of the cast, Jillian, another strong performance from you in Director Mariyu's latest show, as of course we've all come to expect from your numerous successful collaborations to date.
That's quite an overstatement.
Ooh.
I've only ever played supporting roles.
But the lead, we
On
have
that
Lynette
point,
here.
You stated a few months ago in an interview that you were looking to secure a leading
Lynette
role
will
in your
not
next
get a
show.
word in here,
what
will
led
she?
you to the decision to stay in a supporting role this time around?
We had a discussion about this, and while Lynette hadn't previously performed in an acting role, we were blown away by her talent, and she was a perfect fit for this character. Quite simply, this was the role she was born to play.
Sure.
Exactly. I was honored to share the stage with her. Lynette worked extremely hard in all of the rehearsals, and she's an incredibly talented actress.
Calls me a slave.
Oh,
Damn.
Lynette's back.
Hey, Lynette!
Admitted you like it.
Were you in standby mode? Some reports say you switched that state to recharge after a show.
Ah, method acting, of course. Such a compelling portrayal of a mechanical puppet could only be achieved by an actor who lives and breathes their role even while off.
It is literally her personality,
Those
guys.
seeming
Come
stiff movements
on.
were in fact an inspired portrayal of the character. The ostensibly bad acting, in reality, was the product of supreme acting skill.
Oh boy.
I went outside and there was this cat there, so I played with the cat for a bit.
A cat? We've long heard that
Oh,
you're a
boy.
kind soul, as well as an incredible actress. No wonder your debut performance has garnered such popularity.
This show looks on track to break box office records for avant-garde theater. Lynette, any words for the fans?
Not really, no.
Not to Baylor slave.
I believe Lynette
Great.
is trying to say that the act of performance itself is the actor's true means of connecting with their fans.
Oh, I see. Lynette, any comments?
No comments from her.
Right, exactly.
Or just go
But
along
don't you
with
want the
whatever they
fans to know
say.
how you're feeling right now after the hugely successful opening of your first ever show?
That's true.
I'm sure the fans would love to learn a bit more about you too.
How interesting.
Inside, observe Lynette to see how she's doing. I need a 10. So essentially, it's a 50-50. Spinne, quick! Tell me which card to choose! Kind of also that character, but a bit different? Well, I'm sure you'll figure that out at some point. Third from the right. 1, 2, 3. Good job, Spinne. I knew I could count on you. I knew it. Lynette's voice was so deadpan during the interview. She sounded like an auto-reply bot. I mean, she's in standby mode. Hold on, Lynette has only just finished performing. She needs to recharge.
Oh, really? I'm so sorry. How rude of me.
Huh? Wait, you're the traveler who's been in the news. Did you come to see the show?
No, I just came to hang out with Lynette.
Are you a fan of Lynette too? Do you have any comments on her first performance?
I didn't watch the performance. I'm just friends with her. You and Lynette strive to keep up as you're both in your questions. As the crowd finally disperses. He's an auto-reply bot in this world that doesn't have the internet. Well, we didn't say it out loud, I think. I think we only thought about it. And first things first, auto-reply bots might be a thing. We know that there's mechanical puppets that exist that might have auto-reply features when spoken to. Also, again, we are an interdimensional traveler. Of course, we would know more about that kind of stuff, probably. There's a decent chance we were in a world that did have the internet before. I mean, this world has a semi-internet equivalent, although that got shut down. Are you alright?
Yeah, it's just... Turns out, even with you here to share the load, I can't cope with this stuff, even in Tea Party mode.
Tea Party mode?
It's a power-saving mode for participating in conversation at tea parties. Normally, I can get through an entire conversation just with, oh, that's true, and how interesting.
I get that.
But at a tea party, I'm not normally subjected to a constant stream of questions.
Well, because you're kind of the center of
The
attention.
energy consumption of that interview just now was 3 times as much as the average tea party.
Maybe after a few more interviews, it's a big adjustment. Give it some time.
I think I'd rather pray that I never have to do it again.
Lynette, Director Mariu would like you to join the group photo to commemorate the successful
If
opening
it's
of
just
the
a
show.
photo and we can get back to recharging afterwards.
Group photo?
It's just the members of the troupe, along with Maloney and Corentin. Everyone's waiting for you.
Alright then. See you in a minute.
Lynette and Sally go to the group
3,
photo.
2, 1, smile.
We get the picture.
My thanks to
Maybe we'll
each
get
and
it at
every
the
one
end
of
of
you
this.
here for your help
Maybe we'll get
in
it as the
making
ending.
Lost Puppet a success. The group photo is already being printed as I speak. You can collect your copy from the first floor after the drinks reception concludes. May it serve as a reminder of this fabulous
see.
performance every time you see it.
Mariu! Get over here. Let's have another drink.
Oh no.
There's a few things
It continues.
I need you to glance over for me.
Wait, that means the reception still isn't over?
I thought the group photo was the final hurdle. Well, at least there's no more people hounding me with questions.
There you go.
I just need to find somewhere to switch to standby mode, and the time will fly by. I hope.
Like you giant scissors as a weapon? Oh, you like giant scissors as weapons? Have you watched Kill la Kill in that case? If not, do it. Giant scissor weapon. Also, you know, anything made by Studio Trigger is a gem in terms of the animation. Studio Trigger just nails that perfectly smooth and fluid animation. It's incredible. I think it's no secret that I'm a big fan of Studio Trigger, okay? No secret there. Oh, hello, Farina. Hey, it's me, Farina.
Yours, Il Flutante, is as wonderfully sweet as ever.
Farina, you managed to get an invite to the drinks reception too?
Traveler? Lynette? Oh, wait, hold on. What do you mean, managed to get an invite? I'm an expert in the dramatic arts.
I see.
Of course I was invited. Naturally, people wanted
Speaking
to
of
hear my
updating a mod and
comments
bringing
on
it to the newest
emerging art
version.
form that is the masked mime show.
There is, of course, still a Minecraft mod I am waiting on. I'm constantly deliberating with the fact, part of me wanted to do a Minecraft stream today because the event wasn't fully released yet, but then I remembered, for one, I can just do the Lynette stuff after I completed the portion of the event that was out. And for another, there is kind of a mod that I do want them to finally release the update for the next stream I do. Last update in February to port it to 1.18.2. They said in the next couple of months they'll try to get it to as many modern versions as they can. I mean, there is a chance. I'll try to postpone my next Minecraft stream for a little bit and just get other content in. But I do hope that they don't take too long with the update. So then, what did you drink? What did you think? That, not drink.
And a very worthwhile artistic endeavor. Exploring a character with no lines or facial expressions who can only communicate how they feel through their movement. Your performance was beyond anything I could have imagined, Lynette. Clearly, this was a very suitable role for you indeed.
It is just her nature. Perception check success. You seem to hear a sound. If you listen closely, you can hear some small noises coming from the back corner. Oh no, there's people coming.
Is something wrong?
There might be people coming.
No,
We need to hide.
It's nothing. Please go on.
Oh, basically, I think I'd give it a positive review overall. Just not as gushing as the crowd downstairs.
So, you thought they were pretty over the top too?
In fairness, it's normal to bring along some vocal supporters for publicity when a new show opens. But still, this was something else.
Spinner, look at it this way. Yeah, you need to wait for like 3 or 4 banners. But that gives you time to actually save up. So you can have a decent chance of getting the character and the light cone. You gotta look at it from that angle. Be positive.
Then again, I'm no specialist in avant-garde theater. Maybe I'm just not well acquainted with their review criteria. Or maybe it's because I came to the show with some preconceived expectations. I did happen to see the original draft of Mariu's script a while back.
Huh.
What original draft?
Oh? He didn't show it to you? It must have been a few months ago. He came to me to get some advice from an experienced performer's perspective.
By the way, I hope the
and
audio is
then
okay.
asked if I could write a few reviews
And the characters
of his
aren't
new
a bit
play.
too quiet.
I had a lot on my plate at the time, so I had to turn him down. I only skimmed a few sections, but they seemed quite different from the final version. I can't say I remember the plot, but... I don't know. The protagonist just seemed more complex, I guess. Especially in the last 2 scenes. Still a mechanical puppet on the outside, of course, but she seemed to have more emotional depth on the inside.
Emotional depth?
Oh, I'm just thinking aloud here. Don't take it to heart. Besides, a script and a play are 2 very different beasts. There are so many fine details to consider when turning a story into a stage production. More than most people could imagine. Especially with a novel art form like a masked mime show. I'm sure Mariu had his reasons for the changes he made.
Like accommodating the actress, maybe? I don't know.
Change of topic. I see you've escaped the crowds to seek refuge on the 2nd floor. Fame can be overwhelming at first, can't it? Perhaps you'd benefit from hearing about the experiences of a veteran celebrity such as myself.
Yes. The ultimate
No,
celebrity
thanks.
over
I'm
here,
good.
Farina.
Pretty sure this will be my first and last time in this situation.
Hey, at least let me finish. I have top tips on dealing with belligerent reporters, slipping away to hunt down snacks during the intermission.
Tell me everything.
There you go.
First, take a seat, mon ami. We must partake of Hotel de Boer's fine desserts as we talk, lest they go to waste.
Of course, of course. I'm sure we'll appreciate it. The three of you enjoy some delectable treats as the reception comes to a close. Farina excuses herself. Speed reading. Educational isn't the word I'd use. They didn't mention acting once in the whole conversation.
I expect most of the people downstairs have left by now. Time to grab my copy of the group photo and get home.
If that is the end, that's definitely a way quicker ending than the first one we got. Then again, I guess it makes sense. I think the first ending we got might have been the longest one.
The photo must be in this envelope right here. It's finally over. Thank you for sticking around for so long.
2,800,
If it wasn't for you, I don't
okay,
know how
that
I would
is
have standby
wow.
loaded my way through the last few hours.
That is a bit more than Genshin, but maybe you get them more quickly. Any normal person would find an event like this stressful, but enough to warrant Lynette leaving halfway through. When you left the event midway, what was the real reason? I mean, if you really don't want to talk about it...
It's fine. It's just... It was such a minor thing. While I was on stage, there was a moment when I felt like someone was looking at me.
Was that where the perception check from earlier came in?
And
where I
didn't
heard
even see who it
sounds?
was. But somehow...
Lynette has
I
a
knew it was a look
stalker?
of contempt. I got a vague sense of it again during the reception. Like someone was giving me an evil stare. But I couldn't figure out who it was. Normally,
We'll
I'm
figure
used
this
to lurking
out.
in the shadows on the stage and spying on other people. So, it was strange. Feeling like I was the one being spied on this time.
Maybe someone's jealous of you. You did land a leading role in your show. In your first show too, yeah.
Or someone just took a disliking to me for no real reason. Sometimes you can like one person and dislike another for equally pointless reasons.
I mean, that is true.
Anyway, it was just a momentary stink eye, that's all. Nothing for you to worry about.
Okay, well, if you're not worried, I'm not worried.
Okay, problem solved. I'm gonna take this envelope and go home now.
You heartless puppet, you've ruined this work. Hand over the role of lead actress immediately. Well, never mind, it is about your role. Haha. What? It's a threat letter? Guess we gotta switch back into detective mode after all.
You have destroyed this work of art. Step down from the leading role at once. Based
All right.
on the tone, I'd say threat letter is right.
Let's figure this out. This is far more serious than a momentary stink eye. We need to get to the bottom of it. Examine the letter to see if there is anything amiss. Think back to what was happening on the first floor while we were taking some time out. That is definitely what we need to be concerned about, because our perception check thankfully picked up on that. There were a lot of people downstairs at the time. Any one of them could have slipped the letter into the envelope. All the envelopes were left on the table on the first floor, but nobody was tasked with watching them. I could ask reception, but it's unlikely they saw anything. Examine the letter to see if there's anything amiss. The unsealed envelope contained the group photo, the threat letter, and some photographs of Lynette from during the show. This was definitely meant for her. The letter demands that Lynette step down from the leading role, but stops short of saying what will happen if she doesn't. Because otherwise we could get, like, the authorities involved and be like, hey, this is an open threat, but like this, it's just a vague threat. Like, we can't confirm that there's any harmful intent behind it. And Spinne, before you say anything, yes, I've seen all your comments. Yes, I see them. I'm just busy. Neither of us recognize the handwriting. It's messy, perhaps to cover their tracks, or maybe this person just has messy handwriting.
I don't think we're gonna find any more clues here.
Shall we ask Mariu? What he makes of you have destroyed this work of art? Thanks for the head pats, by the way.
Yes, Lex. Whatever destroyed means, it could have something to do with the original script that Farina mentioned. Also, I'm gonna have to ask you to stick around a while longer.
Alright, the investigation
I can't believe
continues.
how well the whole Lynette's debut acting role thing worked out. Even the avant-garde box office is lapping it up.
How could I ever have doubted you? If you hadn't stuck to your guns and kept sending those invitations, this opportunity would have passed us by.
Oh?
See? I told you. All the
Yeah, I
times
gotta
she'd
check the
refused
mic,
in
eh?
the past were all the more reason to keep inviting her, because it turns into a big talking point. Can you imagine if you'd gone with Jillian? You'd have been lucky to get half the ticket sales you've ended up with.
True. Well, Jillian still needs to get a few more productions under her belt.
So that
Do you have a
all
moment,
thing
Director
might be a bit
Maria?
of a marketing ploy, but sure.
Ah, if it isn't the star of the show! We were just talking about you. Oh, and is that the legendary traveler with you?
Indeed it is.
I'm
It is
guessing you're
I.
here to discuss the show with the director? Oh, you're a talented and hardworking actress, Lynette. It's no wonder you're getting such rave reviews.
Indeed.
I'll leave
No
you
wonder at
artists
all.
to discuss your work in peace. Mariu, make sure you give your star performer and her friend your full attention.
I'm sure he
I certainly
will.
will. Lynette carries the fortunes of our entire troupe on her shoulders.
Who was that?
Mr. Maloney. An investor or something, I think. I've never asked him.
Huh.
So, what can I do for the two of you? I'm afraid I'll have to dash soon as I'm meeting some friends from the newspaper. Otherwise,
Yeah,
I'd
sure,
love to
sure. You're
stay
being
on.
strangely evasive, but sure. We won't take up too much of your time.
We heard that the original script for The Lost Puppet was quite different from the final show. I'm kind of curious to know what the protagonist was like in that version.
I see.
Well, this is a surprise. I didn't think you'd be interested in that sort of thing. It's not uncommon for scripts to undergo major changes as they're being brought to the stage. But I'm afraid there's not much to tell you in this case. The protagonist has stayed the same from
Wrong.
beginning to end.
Farina told me
A
otherwise.
mechanical puppet with a bumbling body but a sensitive soul. A stranger in time who doesn't belong.
But she was supposed to change a bit
There's
towards
no
the
doubt
end.
about it. You are the protagonist, and the protagonist is you. The success of one is the success of the other, and that's what made this show an artistic triumph.
Sorry, you've lost me. Can you put it in plain words?
Character show no emotion. Character
Alright, then.
actually have emotion.
Delving deep in the search of core truths is the job of an artist, after all. You shouldn't give your attention to early drafts of the script, Lynette. All it would do is sow confusion where you already have clarity. The current script is the final version because it is the best version, and your performance best brings that script to life. Why, if it weren't for you, I doubt any audience would give our show the time of day.
If everyone's so happy with Lynette's performance, then how do you explain this letter?
What letter? Oh my goodness!
Yeah, this one. Ain't that fun?
Destroyed this work of art? Really?
Well, Director Mariu, any idea who might have written it?
No.
Perhaps the person who
Who
was
on earth
supposed
would
to
write
have the lead
such
role originally.
nonsense?
That's how it is. Be glad you didn't see the early drafts of Doki Doki Storm. Ah, yes, I should be glad then. Only played the final result after all. And that worked out well for me. Ah. Is it similar then with turquoise? Or has that kind of stayed somewhat the same in terms of how you drafted it originally with how the story came out. I'm sure I'll see just how good it is at some point. But again, the next CDLC mod I will play after I finish Undertale Yellow will definitely be, you know, World of Dreams, because I've been waiting for the second act for that to come out, and now it's out, and I gotta wait a little bit longer now until I can get to it. But man, I do also really want to get to Turquoise. Alright, we found it in the envelope containing the group photo. Could it be someone involved in the production?
Absolutely not.
I mean, that makes sense.
Without Lynette, this show would be over. Everyone's hard work would go to waste. No, there's no way that this is someone from the troupe.
Well, is there any way Lynette could lie low until this blows over?
Yeah, maybe Jillian could fill in for me for a while.
I feel like it might be her, because she was supposed to be the lead
Out
role.
of the question. The protagonist has to be played by Lynette. Jillian can't... She's just not what the audience is looking for.
Attitude suddenly changed. Oh yeah, my perception check worked. How fun. Mariu's eyes are darting around, and he's lowering his voice.
Ah, I've got it. It's a competitor. Yes, this letter must be from a competitor of ours who's trying to get under Lynette's skin.
I feel like he might have an idea that it's her as well. Just a thought. And he clearly seems like he wants to be supportive of Jillian, but just can't. For some reason or another.
You can't lie low. That's just what they want you to do. The moment you step back from performing, they'll put their rumor mill into overdrive and drag us through the mud. They're just waiting for their chance to kick us while we're down.
A competitor?
I'm considering it, Spinner.
Really?
I'll either play that or I'll do another poll.
Lowlifes. Slander and libel are all their specialties. They drown out the truth with a flood of misinformation, and they stop at nothing once they get riled up.
Honestly, if I do a poll, you'll probably rig it so Persona 5 Royale gets picked. Alright. Sound very familiar with their methods. Do you have a particular suspect in mind?
There's so many of them out there. Fame always seems to attract haters, no matter what you do to try and keep everyone happy. But don't worry, I will get to the bottom of this. Stay strong, Lynette, and keep up the good work on stage. I have to go and meet my friends from the newspapers now, but rest assured, I'll be discussing countermeasures with them.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
So, a competitor, huh?
Do you think that's it?
I kinda doubt it. We've dealt with those types before. Usually their goal is to steal our venue for their own show, or to cover up a scandal by planting a story to divert public attention. But at the moment, I don't think anyone's got a reason to do any of that stuff. Let alone pull a stunt like this. A threat letter is quite
Definitely
extreme.
someone getting emotional, perhaps because they
Besides,
wanted the lead role.
When I felt that evil stare,
Perhaps because it's
I'm
Jillian,
pretty
who
sure it
was supposed to
coming
be the
from
lead role
somewhere
initially.
backstage. So that rules out a lot of people. I'm actually more concerned about Mariu. When I mentioned Jillian, his reaction was pretty unusual.
So you noticed that too. So I guess if I failed my perception check earlier, then Lynette would have just told me about it now.
Especially since Maloney mentioned that the initial plan was to cast Jillian as the
Yep,
lead.
that's exactly why I'm sus
Sounds
of
like
her.
there was an original protagonist as well as an original script. I should probably go talk to her.
And yes, Spinner, I have watched it. Finally. Fun fact, uploading the quote-unquote content that is the reaction video tomorrow. I do have some theories that I'm talking about in it as well. I do have some theories as to what might happen in the future. But I guess that is only for those who are willing to listen to an idiot ramble in a random upload on YouTube. Do you know where she lives?
Yep. She told me she lives in the Flow of Sandra.
Then I guess we're going there now. Alright. Question though. Right now, this is not a game, really. This is just me sitting through dialogue. Is this not essentially reacting and, putting out theories as to what I think might happen, which is essentially exactly what a reaction video is? Like, during these story segments, there is basically no gameplay except for walking from point A to point B. Same thing for visual novels. If I play a visual novel, without any, without too many interactive segments, is it not technically a reaction of sorts?
Lynette? What are you doing? You're not welcome here.
I've been to the Fleuve Sandra plenty of times before. This is the first I'm hearing about
Well,
me not
look
being
who's all
welcome.
of a sudden very
Things are different
hostile.
around here. You
Who
might
are
be used to
you?
a crowd of bootlicking morons fawning over you wherever you go, but not down here. We know what you are.
Oh, someone spread some
Bootlicking
misinformation down
morons.
here. She's got a bone to pick with you, I guess.
I don't know. I've never met this kid before.
Gina, stop that. Go home now.
Oh, and there's Jillian.
No buts. How many times do I have to tell you? That had nothing to do with Lynette.
Maybe it's actually
Don't leave right
Jillian's
now, I
kid
swear
then
I'll-
who was so upset.
I'll never invite you to one of my shows ever again.
Invited to the show, so she was backstage.
Just because Lady Farina speaks highly of you, it
Alright,
doesn't mean
it
you're
was
all
her.
that.
It wasn't Jillian, it was Jillian's kid. After a few more choice words from Gina,
so
she
sorry.
runs off.
Gina's always been a strong-willed child. That's why I never let her visit me at work.
It's okay. I
Seriously,
have younger
never.
siblings
Not even
too,
recently.
So I get it. She's in her rebellious phase, huh? If you let angsty kids get you riled up, they'll drain all your energy. So don't worry. I won't let it get to me.
Well, this situation's a little
To
different
play
in this
one
case,
character?
but still.
Is
thank
that
you.
so?
So,
I haven't
what
played
brings you to the Fleuve
Smash
Sandra?
Ultimate in a while. Maybe I should give it another try at some point. I remember really liking the gameplay for Inkling and Ridley. I played those a lot, if I remember correctly. Oh, and I played Iggy a lot. I think Iggy was my main in Smash 4. Kirby and Meta Knight? Meta Knight, Sonic and Robin. Because Magic. Magic is good. Can we talk about the original protagonist?
We heard about it from Maloney. He said you were originally supposed to play the lead.
Maloney, huh? Of course he couldn't keep his mouth shut.
Well?
I'm sorry. I never mentioned it because Director Mariu was very clear that I mustn't let any of it affect you.
Well, circumstances have changed. Yeah, we received this letter and yeah.
What's this?
Yep, big old threat. Very big threat. How many times do they want to show me this?
I don't know. Who would do something like this?
Don't be scared, Jillian. Just tell us what you know.
Okay, I'll try. It's true. I was originally cast as the lead in The Lost Puppet. I've worked with director Mariu many times before, but only in minor roles. The audiences and critics never had much to say about me.
Yes, I think
Nothing
you've brought it up
terrible,
in the
and
past.
Nothing amazing either. A few months ago, Mariu started working on a new show, so I plucked up the courage to ask him if I could take the leading role. He was hesitant, but he agreed to let me try for the part. We did a few rehearsals, everything seemed to be going okay, but then...
Then Lynette came along, right?
There's been a change of plan, Jillian. The leading role will now be played by Lynette.
Lynette? But she always turns these things down, doesn't she?
Well, she accepted this time. And there's nothing you can
And
do
that's why
now.
we cannot afford to waste this opportunity. Jillian, I understand how you must be feeling. But Maloney and myself have to do what's best for the production as a whole. Next time, the lead will be yours. I promise.
It won't be. It totally won't be.
I was
It'll always be
incredibly
next
disappointed at
time.
first, but I also know full well that I don't have Lynette's star power. Without Lynette, how could we ever convince people to pay money to go and see a masked mime show? And if the show was a flop with me in the leading role, how would I answer to the director and the rest of the cast? Then, I got to meet you on stage and found that you're really down to earth.
She is.
In a way that not many celebrities are. You were kind to everyone, and your performance wasn't bad. Whatever disappointment I had left at that point, I certainly wasn't about to take it out on you.
By wasn't bad, you mean it wasn't great either.
I mean, Farina did say it
So,
wasn't
I'm
like
guessing
peak.
Mary changed the
It
script
wasn't
to
like
simplify
absolute
the
peak, but it was
protagonist.
good.
Make her a dumbed-down version of the mechanical puppet that I could actually play.
He did make some changes to the script, yes.
How do we get our hands on the original draft? Who currently has it?
Jaik, one of the other actors. He likes to collect Dr. Mariu's old drafts because he hopes
Okay.
to be a director himself one day. He also lives nearby. I can arrange for you to meet him at the tavern.
And so our
Makes
investigation
sense.
continues.
I always see him talking to Mariu. Alright, see you at the tavern then.
To the tavern! And we're here. After waiting at the tavern for a while...
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Jillian brought me up to speed on the situation. I'm here to help however I can. Here, this is the script you're after.
It's very rough. Looks like he was constantly editing it.
That's always the way with pen and paper drafts. Even the final script is full of last-minute changes by the director. There should be a cleaner copy of the original script in here somewhere. Sorry, it's all a bit mixed up. I just grabbed the whole stack of paper since I was in a rush.
I mean, makes
No problem.
sense. At least he was
Now
quick about
activating
it.
search mode. I'll go through one page at a time.
Alright, I guess we gotta read all these documents now. Hooray. Investigation notes. There are newspaper clippings in amongst the notes. They're about shows of different styles. Those on the first few pages have turned yellow, which means they must be quite old. Investigation. Look for mentions of Mariu. Oh god, I need a 15. But search mode +5. So I only need a 10, essentially. Second card. That works! Check success. Thank you, as always. Alright. Mariu's name does appear in some earlier clippings, but mostly in articles bemoaning a series of lukewarm receptions from an experimental art form and empty seats at avant-garde play, despite critical acclaim. In more recent years, there are many reports praising Mariu as a forward-thinking director, one of the greats of this era. The articles are written by a variety of authors from an eclectic range of fields. Quentin and Amaru are the most prolific authors. Alright. Let's investigate the original script. Let's see what differences there are between the current version of The Lost Puppet and the original script. Investigation, read carefully. 12. Alright, so I need at least a 7, I think, right? I need at least a 7. Alright, let's... Ow. Middle. Well, there's technically 2 in the middle. I'll pick this one. Middle right? You said middle right, I picked middle right. I just knew you were going to say middle right. And it worked. Act 4 seems to be a solo performance by the protagonist, and the set is just some decrepit ruins. There's a note saying this will focus the audience's attention on the solo performer. And I imagine in the official script that's not gonna be there. The official script for The Lost Puppet details how the dancing puppet protagonist is rejected by humanity and then begins searching for the meaning of life. Investigation, read carefully. I need a 12, which means I need at least a 7. This is a joke, dumbass. Imagine joking. Imagine joking. Also imagine chatting. Alright, I need a 7. This is getting a little bit easier as we progress, I think. Should I go middle left this time? Spinner, what do you think? Middle left this time? Or something entirely different? I need to read carefully. And get at least a 7. One more card to the left, okay. Works! Thank you! It's nice how I can rely on you. In Act 4, the protagonist loses the ability to dance due to wear and tear in her circuitry. There's a note saying some cursory movements to get the point across will suffice. The audience focus will be on the fancy set and the extras. So they definitely inverted it to draw attention away from the lead actor. Okay. But I will believe in the heart of the cards. Investigate old drafts. These scripts seem to be Mary's older work. Some photographs of the live performances are attached. Investigate. Skim through. Okay, this needs to be a 10 at least again. So this is again a 50-50. I lose all the 50-50, so it's once again up to Spinne. Try not to go over the limit. This is gonna be a tough one. 7th card, okay. 4, 5, 6, 7. You absolute legend! How do you do it? The photos from recent years show fancy venues and polished sets, but the earlier photos show much more humbler venues. So really picking up the money to make the sets as fancy as possible. The cast list shows that in recent years Mario has collaborated with many famous celebrities, but their acting chops are disputed, and Maloney is listed as an investor. So really bringing attention to the set more than anything, huh? Alright. One more thing to check out. Over here. The manuscript. Mary's original script is littered with amendments. It's practically illegible. Investigation, read carefully. Spinne, I'm gonna need you one more time, and I need a 12, which means I need another 7. I need another 7 or higher. 7 is your lucky number, so it should be easy to give me at least a 7, right? 3rd card. Nailing every single check! Come on! You are a pro. You are a pro at luck. The reason it's so hard to read is that it's been edited with correction fluid multiple times. I'd estimate that each line was rewritten at least 3 times. Looks like Mario wasn't happy with his edits.
The protagonist returns to the ruins where she began and performs a dance in honor of her deceased companions. She dances until her joints have rusted stiff and mechanical parts are falling from her body.
I go to a casino with Spinne and Call. That, would apparently be the way to go, yes. I do everything while Spinne tells me exactly what to do and it just works out. Relatable? Damn. Really? The struggles of a writer, huh? I see how it is.
Yep. That's not something a novice could hope to pull off after just a few months of rehearsals.
Basic plot is the same. She loses the ability to dance due to wear and tear in her circuitry. But there's much more emotion behind the scene. The memory of the former companions coming to peace with her life. The simple set and solo performance means the lead actress has to carry the whole scene herself. It's a much more demanding role than in the final script.
Frankly, I think that the original script is much better, and the original lead is the best fit. Jillian, shall I go tell Mariu to put you back in the leading role?
He won't accept it. Mariu will not accept that.
What? Are you serious? But the next show is at the Opera Epiclese. It's such a huge opportunity.
But not such a rare one for me, though, right?
I mean, she has performed there
That's
before.
different. This isn't you as part of a magic duo. It's a chance to star as the main character in a show. You'll reach whole new
Yeah,
heights
but
of
she's not
fame.
exactly a perfect actress.
Fame in small doses has its perks, but too much and I'll get overloaded. But if you play the lead, the fame will be yours, and I get to be free. Sounds like a win-win, don't you think?
It'll never work. There's no way Director Mariu or Maloney would ever agree to it.
Well, they'll need you
Except
because
for practical
Lynette
would
will
need
just
change,
quit.
as would all the
And then
marketing
they'll need you to
materials.
fill the spot.
And that would mean asking Maloney for a lot more Mora. Changing actors at the last minute is just too risky. If anything went wrong, it could bankrupt the whole troupe. Plus, Maloney's friends have already published a ton of articles saying how this is the role that Lynette was born to play. No one else can play the protagonist now. If Lynette quit the show and I took her place,
Destroy the reputation of Maloney's friends. None of their future articles would have any credibility.
if Lynette left, they'd sooner stop the whole show than let me take her place.
Stop the whole show? But all the people in the troupe, months and months of everyone's hard work would all be for nothing.
Yeah, sitting on a script for 3 years and making tons of adjustments, it's easy to doubt if it will have the appeal in the end. I don't think that's just you. I don't think that's just you. It is, like, for most people, it's the fact that I think for 99% of people, they are their own worst critic when it comes to stuff they made, be it writing or some kind of other project. So, no, I feel like that is a very relatable thing. No wonder Mario will say anything to try and keep Lynette on board. Contemplation, is there any other way? Alright, let's see what we got. Oh, because, thank you Spinne, because we got all the clues. We need 15. And we already have 15, this is guaranteed. This one is guaranteed because we won all the previous checks. I don't even have to try on this one, I'll just pick this. And that's an 18! 33! I only needed 15! And I got a 33! That is a massive success! Judging from those documents, Mariu's true intention seems to be... I have an idea.
You do? What is it?
All we need to do is this. You explain your idea to the group, but of course
That's
I,
a
as the
bold
player, will
plan.
not get it.
I'm in.
You know, it's a little crazy, but it might actually work.
When the protagonist is
No way. It's
just
not
way
worth
ahead
it.
of
It's a
you.
huge risk just for a
Gotta
chance
love
to be in the
it.
spotlight.
Jillian, you said before, whatever disappointment I had left, I wasn't about to take out on you. In other words, that disappointment is still there, but you've kept it bottled up inside. Be honest. You still hope to play the leading role, don't you?
But the thought of putting so many people out just for my sake?
Nah, you can do
think
it.
they'd be put out? That's not how I see it.
Jillian, you were more dedicated than anyone during the rehearsals for the original script.
There you go.
We all saw how hard you worked for this role. And I think you know that unless we decide to make a stand here, the path we're on is only going to take us further and further from our dreams, all of us. So take it from me, you would not be putting us out. Not one bit.
Whether the plan succeeds is up to you.
You guys,
Okay. Let's do it. I will play my part.
Yes!
I don't even know the
I knew you'd
plan,
come
but
around.
sure, let's go.
All right, I'll let the rest of the troop know, and we'll start preparing immediately.
Wonderful. This solves everything.
Wait, but what about the threat letter? Do you have any idea who sent it?
As long as we stick to the plan, I'll give up the lead role, so it won't matter anymore, right?
Unless
Surely
the
you
person
wanna
will
know
come
who
after
it's
Jillian
from.
next, who knows?
If they're out there and no one's keeping an eye on them, what if they come looking for you?
I doubt they will. It's supposed to be a threat, but they didn't even say what would happen if I don't meet their demands. Plus, the handwriting is kinda childish. Doesn't look like a professional intimidator.
Again, feel like it might be
Who
your
knows?
kid.
Maybe it was just a fan of yours having a moment.
Not just a fan, but
Fan?
your kid, Jillian.
Me?
It's her kid, absolutely.
Maybe there's someone out there who really appreciates your talent, even in the supporting roles.
Contemplation. Could the letter be from one of Jillian's fans? Maybe her kid. A 10. Alright, so it's a 50-50 again. If it's a 50-50, I need to consult with my advisor in chat. Spinne, if you would be so kind as to name a card. Pick a card. Any card. Alright. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's only 12, so we cycle back. 13th card is the first card. And that wasn't enough. The first failure of the day. I don't think there's any solid evidence. Nani?
It's getting late. We should be leaving.
Huh? So suddenly?
Come on.
That grabs your hand and leads you out of the tavern. Perception check. At least we got a perception check. Okay, maybe that will save me somehow. You notice the faint sound of sobbing in the corner as you're leaving the tavern. Traveler dumb.
I'm such an idiot.
Sorry for manhandling you. You looked like you were seconds away from figuring out who sent the letter, so I had to act fast.
Actually, I had no idea because I'm just dumb apparently.
It was Gina, Jillian's sister.
Didn't she describe her as her kid? Or just as kid because she's younger? Apparently I was too dumb to pay attention. I just noticed they were related. I just apparently misinterpreted the origin of their relation. Anyway, I knew it was Gina. I mean, I called that, it's obvious. Kind of. At first I thought it was Jillian herself, but you know.
Just because Lady Farina speaks highly of you, it doesn't mean you're all that.
She was very standoffish.
I'm so
Both
sorry.
you dumb. Yes,
Gina's
true.
always been a strong-willed child. That's why I never let her visit me at work.
Farina hasn't released her official review of The Lost Puppet yet, which means Gina disobeyed her sister and secretly came to watch her at work.
I guess she must have snuck into the drinks reception and overheard our conversation with Farina. She idolizes Jillian, both as an older sister and an actress. And she watched as the dream role Jillian had been waiting to play for so long got snatched away from her by some amateur who's never acted before. To make matters worse, all the critics were hailing this amateur as a perfect fit for the role.
Because of
And
how
even
much of an
Fontaine's
amateur you
former
are.
biggest star was praising her abilities.
It's too much for her to take, so she wrote that letter in a fit of anger.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
Aren't you gonna confront her about it?
Like I said, getting angry at angsty teenagers is draining. Besides, if it was my younger brother or sister and they found out I'd been treated unfairly or had an opportunity stolen from me, they'd definitely do something far worse.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. The Fatui are just gonna send a random, I don't like this, please, you step down or else. The Fatui will do the or else portion of it. They won't even warn you, they'll just take you out back and shoot you in the face. That is the Fatui lifestyle, I can imagine.
I was in Jillian's position once. Back when Linny and I were starting out, before we got famous, We just had to take things a day at a time. Doing our shows, slowly trying to build up our reputation.
Uh-huh.
So I can understand Gina's frustration. Still, she could definitely use some pro tips on how to write a threat letter.
Oh, you are the expert, aren't you, huh? She must have been the one giving you that evil stare, right?
No, the way she looks at me is indignant, frustrated, but not malicious. Plus, she didn't even try to hide how she felt. Whoever was giving me that evil stare was backstage. Blending into the crowd at a drinks reception is one thing, but trying to blend in backstage, where everyone's on high alert waiting to be called on stage, would be a lot more difficult.
So there's still someone else.
I'll find out who it is before too long. In 2 days' time, at the next show, I think it will become very clear. On that note, guess I'll see you at the Opera House. Bye for now.
Alright, I guess it's time for a time skip then. Wait until 2 days later. Yay, waiting quest. I love waiting quests, my favorite type of quest. That means I get to stand here and do nothing. Also, I'm standing in a place where you literally cannot tell that time is passing, because this entire section of town is underground. All these people live without access to sunlight. Like, if it wasn't for the clock on screen, I would have no idea that time is passing whatsoever right now.
Osmanthus wine tape.
Alright. To the Opera Epicles! Where are we going? There we go. Teleport. Here we go. It's still a bit of a walk. Why do we have to walk so far? Almost made it. About to walk in. There we go. Hello, I'm here for the performance.
Lynette and Jillian are busy getting ready, so please come with me.
Shortly after the following track into the Opera House, the curtains open and the show begins. Act 1 in the ruins.
That puppet in the middle, is that Lynette? She's so pretty.
It's not her.
Keep your voice down.
It's Jillian. Yes, the dancer has been... Okay, thank you. Thank you for having a click to continue. I appreciate you for doing this, because that is a lot of text. But yeah, that's absolutely Jillian. I mean, come on. The costume perfectly hiding it. The protagonist, a dancer, has been abandoned in some ruins. She suspects it's because of a health condition with her legs, which has affected her ability to dance. But then she finds the other abandoned puppets who look just like her. Only then does she realize her illness is just a mechanical breakdown, and she's just a dancing puppet.
Wow, I thought it would be hard to follow, but in the end it was actually very clear.
Even though her face was expressionless and she didn't speak the whole time, I felt like I could really understand how the protagonist was feeling.
Act 2, The Journey. Some mechanical puppets believe in a myth. At the end of the world, there is a god of puppets who can turn puppets into human beings. And so the protagonist and her companion begin their quest. But the myth is a lie, spread by someone with nothing but contempt for puppet kind. At the end of their journey, they are kidnapped, dismantled, melted down, and abused. The protagonist helped her companions escape, but in the process became trapped under the rubble of a crumbling building. She closes her eyes and enters into a deep sleep. And I guess that's like where the thing we heard earlier comes in with the ruins, and where she's dancing alone in the ruins and slowly falls apart from the wear and tear of it all. Damn that story though. We're getting dark with this one.
Director Mariu really is a master of his craft. And so is the actress in the lead role.
I have a friend who saw the show on the opening day. They thought the critics overstated how good it was, but I gotta say, the protagonist is incredible.
Because it's a better protagonist. Too close to thunderous applause from the crowd.
I can't believe it's only been a few days since the last show. Lynette's improved so much.
Yeah, because that's totally Lynette.
Wow! I'm speechless. Words simply cannot do justice to the sheer excellence we witnessed from Lynette on stage today.
Your penchant
Totally,
for the
Lynette.
hyperbolic strikes again, Amory. Clearly, you weren't at a loss for words when you were writing your article. I saw you hand it to the journalist. Trying to get your critique into the papers the moment the show is over, are you?
Well, you know how it is. The early critics get all the readers. Wouldn't you agree, Mariyu?
Is he able to tell that something's up?
What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? The first half was a huge success.
Or can he tell that the
Even I
scenes
could
are more
tell the
closely
acting was
resembling
top
some of his
tier.
earlier versions of
My
it?
apologies, Mr. Maloney. Please excuse me for a second. I need to have a little
Yeah,
talk with
they're
my
not sticking
actors.
to the most recent script anymore, I
Very
think.
well. Hey,
And
while
he's
you're at
noticing
it,
some of the
This might be
differences.
a good time to talk future collaborations with Lynette.
Figuring it out yet?
Are you guys sure this is gonna work? What if Director Mariyu pushes back? We're already halfway there. We can't back out now. All we need to do is stick to the plan.
What is this plan that you're so intent on hiding from me,
Director Mariyu, I thought you were.
And that is exactly why you don't talk out loud about your plans.
and Armory have both finished their articles. I went to greet them as a mere formality, but you seem to have availed yourselves of my absence during the first half to defy me. What have you done? Was that really Lynette playing the lead role?
Well done, director. You saw through it.
Ta-da!
Mary hears Lynette voice behind him. Beside her is the protagonist, but without her costume and mask.
I was the one playing the lead role just now.
I switched costumes and masks with Jillian so that I could be the protagonist's companion and stay out of the limelight.
Lynette, why on earth would you do this?
Because she knows that,
You know
she's
my
not the
acting is
superior
amateur.
actor in this case.
The only reason I'm being seen as a pro, let alone a pioneer, is because you have critics supporting the show.
But right now, there's a whole audience out there, and you have no hope of paying them all off.
If they'd seen me in the leading role during the first half, they wouldn't be expecting anything more. But what happens now that they've seen Jillian in the role? If you force me to play the lead in the second half, they'll be wondering, why is the actress suddenly giving such an underwhelming performance right at the climax of the whole story?
Is it because she's not a good enough actress to play the role? Were the critics wrong? Or is the director not all he's cracked up to be? Let's bring it to the director.
These are just some of the questions that will be on everyone's minds during the second half. And those questions will follow them out the doors of the theater after the show ends.
Do you think the critics will still have any credibility then?
There's only one way for you to save your reputation. And that's to keep Jillian as the lead all the way to the end.
Absolutely not. I'd sooner announce that we're having technical difficulties and need to stop the show. If I keep
Oh, sure,
Jillian
do
as the
that
lead
then.
For the second half, what do you think will happen in the curtain call when she takes her mask off? Everyone will see that we've changed actors.
So what?
What will your fans
Big surprise.
think? They're only here because of you. And what about all the critics who support you? If we get on the wrong side of them, it'll be the death of the whole show. There'd be tickets
But
to
it-
refund, fines to pay for breach of contract.
But
The
it
whole
works
troops
better
hard work
this
would go down the
way.
drain. Don't you
Also,
see
hi
how much this would
Taco.
cost us?
How are you? How are you? Hope
Just
you're
take a
well.
job on a whim, then
Welcome.
abandon your responsibility the moment you don't feel like doing it anymore. You're playing games with other people's hopes and dreams.
Director Mariyu, please. You're not being fair to Lynette.
Actually, Jillian, he's half right. I did kind of take this on a whim. But
Damn.
my responsibility here is making sure you get back the role that belongs to you.
And I guess
Oh.
part of that responsibility lies with me, considering I badgered you into accepting the job.
Lenny! What is you doing here? Is my poem done? I will admit, I did kind of forget about it for a while. But not to worry, some poems took me like 3 months to complete. I can totally do yours too. Just, you know, I have been pretty busy at work recently and just kind of collapsed at home sometimes. And I lack the inspiration. As sad as it is, if I'm really lucky, I'll get it done in like a week. I'll try. But man, I'm not in my game at the top of my game right now. I'm really not. Well, look who finally decided to show up.
Sorry I'm a little late to the show. Work's been keeping me pretty busy lately.
Lenny? What do you want?
Okie dokie,
You think you can snap your fingers and make all my problems magically disappear?
That might be a little tricky, but instead, I could make something else magically appear.
What that? What have you made appear?
What's this?
A draft complaint letter, my contract, your legal fees, reimbursement for the tickets, and an advance on the penalty fee for breach of contract. Mr. Mariyu, I'm stepping down from the leading role, regardless of whether you choose to cancel the rest of today's show.
If you do suffer unforeseen financial losses from this, you're free to seek damages as per the contract.
Ow.
And if you want to file a lawsuit, there's a draft here that you can use if you need it.
What? I can't believe this. You're literally handing me a lawsuit against you with a straight face.
Also, damn, imagine the balls of that. Here's a lawsuit you can file against me. Go for it, I dare you.
Must be nice to have the luxury of prior success and fame. Look at us. We're huge stars. One minute we want to go on stage. The next we feel like backing out of the contract. But that's okay. We're famous. We can afford it. You have no respect for other people's work.
Damn.
You're treating other people's hopes and dreams like a big joke.
Just admit that the performance is better this way.
How much this show means to other people. You don't even care that the whole production might have to shut down because of you.
But the performance is better this way, idiot.
I do care. And I'm under no illusion as to how much this show means to you.
Oh, brilliant deduction there. Of course it means a lot to me. This is my show. That's the only reason I asked you to be in it in the first place.
Really? Then why do your eyes tell a different story? The way you look at me, it's full of contempt. Almost as if I've destroyed your work of art.
So it was Mariyu. He's the one who was looking at Lynette with contempt.
What? I would never think
Admit
that.
it, you also would have preferred to
couple
hire
days
Jillian
ago,
for the lead
I
role,
asked
but
some
you felt like you
associates to do
couldn't.
some digging for me. I was interested to know who else you invited to play the lead apart from Lynette. Surprise, surprise. Turns out that all the other famous actresses you asked either had prior commitments or weren't a good fit for the role. They all turned you down.
And I would have turned you down too, if not for an unlikely set of coincidences.
You didn't send those invitations because you were looking for a better actress than Jillian, but because your investor wanted a big name in your show, right?
Damn.
Director Mariyu.
What even happened in this game? Oh, a lot of different things. Like, we defeated a few dragons. Defeated and then saw the execution of an, a representative from another nation. That was fun. Representative of another nation defeated by us and then executed right in front of us. That was a very interesting sight. We went up against gods a few times. Specifically one very big time. Yeah, a lot of craziness. And right now we're talking about a performance. So a big thing here. Taking a break from defeating dragons to deal with some theater drama. Exactly, that is what's happening now. Very normal things, exactly. Drama, drama. It is drama, drama. But fame was the key factor, and that was the one thing she didn't have.
To get Maloney on your side, you chose to make Jillian the understudy, and then look for an opportunity for her to take the lead.
But then Lynette actually accepted your invitation.
I bet you were torn at first, weren't you? Do you stick to the tried and tested formula? Choose Lynette, use her celebrity to get the critics on your side so that you and your investors can line your pockets?
Or do you choose Jillian, so that you and your longtime collaborator can stage the show of your dreams, the original, unedited version of The Lost Puppet?
Whether you did it because of pressure from your investors or because you were lured in by the money. Ultimately, you betrayed yourself by choosing Lynette. What do you mean, why does everything have cat ears? Lynette has cat ears. She's the only character here who currently has cat ears. Though there are like a few more. There's Diona in Mondstadt, for example. That was like the first cat girl they added in this game. We have one from... oh god, is she from Inazuma or from... or is she from Sumeru? I think the delivery service is from Inazuma, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong, though. Anyway, yeah. Lynette is everything. She is, in fact, everything. Yes.
Oh, I didn't betray myself.
You mentioned prior success and fame earlier, but you're a well-known director yourself, with countless works to your name. Wouldn't that make you successful too?
Not successful
Or
enough,
maybe,
apparently.
deep down,
is
none
what
of
he
your
thinks.
current achievements really count as success to you.
Right now, you have an opportunity to send Jillian onto that stage and perform the second half as you always imagined it, faithful to your original script. Your work would be displayed for all of Fontaine to see, in its true, perfect form.
And yet you choose to just go with star power instead.
Did you say perfect?
You will keep pursuing a kind of success that you don't even value at the cost of your own artistic integrity? How could you?
Or will you act now before Maloney and the critics can protest and make your dream come true on the stage? And Jillian's dream. In fact, the dreams of the whole troupe.
The whole troupe?
Director Mariu? Actually, most of the money Linny brought came from us. We all chipped in.
We've worked with you for many years now. Your troupe has been here for you all the way from the empty theaters where we first performed to the Opera House today. We watched as you slowly started down a path you used to despise. The path of powerful connections, drinks receptions, backdoor deals with critics, and collaborations based on fame instead of talent.
But this is just a temporary measure. I did it for the good of the troupe.
Temporary. How long
And
is
besides,
temporary in your
this
mind,
is how
huh?
the whole industry works. Everyone else is doing it.
Yes, we know. Back when you started, you had to bite the bullet and do these things to keep the troupe afloat. But then what happened? You began to embrace these methods more and more, becoming so reliant on them that every show you put out is overhyped by the media, and every script you write is edited to suit some celebrity's needs.
Damn.
Surely you must have noticed what's happening. While we've been performing at bigger and bigger theaters with each show, the applause is getting quieter and quieter each night, and the criticism from people who've seen the show is growing. Maloney's friends are sycophants. They don't care if the audience is disappointed because the show doesn't live up to their glowing reviews.
I did because everyone else does it.
Around the things
Yep.
that don't.
Look,
That is a very
I know
weak
everyone's using the same
rationalization.
promotional tactics, but does that really make it okay?
It is.
Well,
It's a matter of
just
everyone
a
else does it,
stopgap
so it must be
solution.
fine, or everyone else does it, so I don't have a chance if I don't do it
As
too.
soon as I've made enough more, I'll stop.
Apparently this is a case of everyone else does it, so I'll have to do it too, even though I technically don't want to.
Next time, huh? Yeah. Next time, you won't use your connections. Next time, you won't pay off the critics. Next time, you'll let Julian play the lead.
Unfortunately,
well, damn, it is
doesn't
almost
work
1
like
a.m.
If you make some money once,
Well,
you'll
just
wanna
be
do it
careful,
again.
Taco.
Then again,
I don't know where
slowly
you're
but
off to
surely,
at this
you
time.
turn your back on your dreams.
I won't
But
turn my
you
back
do
on my
you.
dreams any longer, Director Mariyu. Never again.
Me neither.
Persuasion! Oh god, I gotta get a persuasion check going. Let's see if I can get the persuasion check. Today's the day, it's time to live your dreams. I need a 25, and I can get 20 at most. So the objective is actually higher than the highest number you can draw. But I do have some decent buffs over here. Wait, I'm basically guaranteed, aren't I? This right here adds up to 24, right? And I get at least a 1. So I am guaranteed 24 plus any number higher than 0. And I get it. This is gonna be such a tough persuasion check. Guys, do you think I can win this persuasion check? I don't know. Oh my god, I won the persuasion check. Who could have seen this coming? Check success.
I had dreams too. What?
Flashback? Act 3, amidst the rubble. No, we're going back to the show. An unknown period of time elapsed before a group of mechanical puppets finally cleared the rubble, freed the protagonist, and reactivated her. They told her, "You have been buried here for thousands of years. The mechanical puppets now rule the world." It turned out that the puppets who had started the uprising were none other than the protagonist's companions, whom she had rescued all those years ago. The protagonist was now revered as a hero by all of puppet kind. The mechanical puppets asked the protagonist what she wishes for, but she only wishes for one thing, and that's where the final dance comes in.
Huh. The plot here seems a little different from what the reviews said.
The protagonist wanted to return to the stage, so the puppets replaced all her parts with the latest ones available, built her a grand opera house, and summoned a huge audience.
And in the end, she forgot herself amidst the applause and cheers of her fellow puppets.
Hey, no spoilers. Huh? Wait, hang on, that's not even what's happening. The set has changed back to the one from the first act.
Yeah, the ruins. Everything's...
Oh, Archons. Please let this work out.
No need to be so nervous, Director Mariyu. We only told you Lynette would be quitting the show to get you to make a decision. We wanted you to believe that this show would have to end after today, no matter what you decided. But in truth, I believe that if we choose our words carefully, there's no reason we can't get Maloney to come around and keep the show going.
Linny's putting all his expert experience at fooling people to work.
You really thought this plan through. But I'm not upset about what you've done.
There we
What's
go.
worrying me now isn't how Maloney will react or whether the show will get cancelled. It's the audience. I've always thought the original script is better, but will it move them like I've always hoped? When Jillian does her curtain call, will they applaud her? What if people only came to see the show for Lynette? And because of the reviews, what if they don't really care about the show at all?
Then what's the point of it
feels
even?
like I've been hiding inside my safe little castle for too long. And now I'm scared to go outside the walls and hear what people really think.
Well, I'm gonna keep silent here, apparently.
We're right here with you. We'll watch it to the end.
Act 4, Amidst the Ruins original script. The protagonist rejects the other puppets' offer of new parts and a grand stage built in her honor. Her only wish is to see her companions again. but she is told that they gave their lives for the revolution. Their bodies lie buried in the ruins where they first met. The protagonist returns to the ruins alone, to where her journey first began. She performs one last dance before the graves of her companions. Her circuitry burns out, her parts come loose and fall from her body, but she keeps dancing until her body completely shuts down. It has taken her thousands of years, but at last she has finally found a reason for dancing. Probably the better plot.
Wow. Okay, this ending is much better.
I love how they brought back the set from Act 1 and gave it a whole new meaning. What a fantastic twist.
Time for the curtain call. It's the moment of truth. The applause continue after I take off the mask.
The big surprise! The switcheroo!
No one would ever know.
She said as she already took it off. Look at that! Your Archon! Well, not really Archon, is applauding. We got Farina here. She knows her shit, okay? She knows what performance is supposed to be like. She's been in the business for 500 years.
Looks like when it's truly deserved.
Jillian, you were amazing! Zyro was tearing up when you did your final solo dance.
Well, so are you.
Really?
Mutual call out.
So nervous.
I was crying, you were crying.
Jelly.
What looked like an actor unsteady on her feet was in fact a poignant expression of the protagonist's frailty in her last moments. Or whatever.
Oh no, I can't take any more of that. Shut up, probably. They just threw that in at the last minute for pandering. Some critic, probably. Yep. They're like, damn it, why couldn't they stick to the shit thing that I saw? No, it totally needed to be this grand thing at the end, and they totally needed the star power of Lynette in it. How dare they change the main lead role from someone with fame to someone who actually has talent? How dare they? And then bringing it back to the opening act for the finale, they could never. How could they do this to us?
Hey, Mario! What the heck was that? Why wasn't Lynette playing the lead?
Well, there's the critics.
Our articles are already going to press. You better have a good explanation for this.
It was my...
Hey now, it was all of our...
Hold on. The decision was mine, and mine alone.
Damn, look at
They
that
had
dude
nothing
standing
to
up
do
for
with
it,
it.
actually. What a director.
If you have any concerns, gentlemen, then please direct them to me.
Marry you? So it was you? Well then, I trust you'll have no objection to me pulling the plug on this production.
Time for Act 5!
Director Mariu, Mr. Maloney, what on earth is going on? Why was Lynette not in the lead role? It took a lot of convincing from me for her to accept the role, and I had to turn down some big work opportunities.
Alright, Linny,
to come
let's
and
see
work
how
her
you fool them
performance
with
today.
this.
You have some explaining to do.
Lenny, it was all his idea. Marry you. Explain yourself.
Wait, Blinny, as a matter of fact, this was a piece of performance art. In this play, the masks and costumes serve to obscure the differences between characters.
Alright, putting
and
a twist
by
on it here.
extension, the difference between human and machine. We took that idea to the next level with an actor swap, blurring the lines between one performer and the next. So it's in service of the ambitious artistic goals of the production.
What?
It's similar to deceiving the audience in a magic show. We employed this technique as a means of breaking the fourth wall. It allows
Breaking the
audience
fourth
to more
wall? How could
intuitively
they?
understand the cognitive dissonance felt by the protagonist as a machine trying to reconcile the notion of her humanity. The audience's experience mirrors the protagonist's own confusion and becomes part of the artistic performance itself.
That was totally the intention from the
What is
beginning.
this nonsense?
Totally the intention,
Oh,
right?
I see. Well, bravo, Director Mariu. You even had me fooled.
That's probably more because you just don't really understand avant-garde art very well, Lenny.
Maybe so, maybe so. Well, perhaps it went over
Yes, he
my
totally
head,
fooled the
but I'm
most
sure
talented
our
magician in the
experts here saw
nation.
the whole thing coming a mile away.
You must have worked it out by the end of the first half, surely. Mr. Amory, I just heard that you managed to write your review after just the first 2 acts.
I'm sure that will help director Mariu by setting up future audience. Setting future audiences up for the surprise twist at the end.
Yes, you're right. Director Mariu and I are old friends. You should have said something. Then I could have played along even better.
Yes, well, to deceive the audience, you must first deceive your closest companions. I have to give credit to Lynette and her experience in performing magic. That's what inspired me to take my art to the next level.
Totally all planned from the beginning, right?
You mean your show was partly inspired by Lynette's background in magic? Well, in that case, I'll have to plug it to everyone I know.
Unfortunately, I think Mr. Maloney is going to cancel the show.
Cancel the show? Mr. Maloney, is this true?
While I accept that deceiving the audience in the manner you did certainly has artistic merit, this is not a magic show, and we don't want our audience demanding their money back.
A very valid criticism, and one that I humbly accept. If that happens, we're prepared to reimburse and apologize to any audience members who weren't satisfied with the experience.
But based on their reaction today, I think that what most people want to see is an excellent piece of theater and not celebrity cameos. Damn. Might this be a little jab at some at some of the modern cinema? We want an excellent piece of theater, not celebrity cameos. Give us actual good stuff.
Plus, it looks like Jillian is better than me at delivering the excellence people want to see. I'm sure audiences will be very happy with the show if she's allowed to stay in the leading role.
Some reviews have said that Lynette's gave the performance of the year. Lynette's gave the performance. I feel like that's just supposed to say that Lynette gave the performance of the year. Or Lynette's was the performance, but not Lynette's gave the performance, right? Either Lynette's was the performance of the year or Lynette gave the performance of the year. I feel like that's wrong, or maybe I'm just being an idiot again. Wouldn't you say Jillian's was the performance of a lifetime?
Maloney, I believe there should still be time to tweak my article. From the look on Lynette's face, I think she's being sincere.
Oh, one other thing. We managed to get a meeting with Lady Farina earlier. All thanks to the Traveler's reputation, of course.
Of course. Just thanks to me.
She agreed to write a review focusing on Jillian's performance and the quality of the show as a whole. She promised to give her honest opinion. And I'm sure today's audience will be discussing her performance too. There's sure to be a variety of opinions.
How would you rate the show?
Oh, I mean, art at its finest, clearly. But I'll have to give it some thought before I decide exactly what to write.
Oh, of course. Always good to put some thought into these things. Especially now, with a growing range of voices out there. I imagine competition for readers becomes more fierce when everyone's discussing the topic.
Corentan, Amory, let's go.
Sourface Maloney leaves with the critics in tow. You and Linny excuse yourself and leave. The actors excitedly. Okay. Hate it. I hate it so much when the text advances beyond my control on the black screen. They clearly have the option of having the click to continue text on the black screen. They've done so multiple times. In fact, they did so for all the acts in this. Why is that not the permanent thing they do? Why don't they always do the click to continue? Why do they sometimes just decide, oh, you know what? See this block of text, read it in 3 seconds or say goodbye. Horrible. Alright, let's continue.
Thank you both so much. Without the two of you, who knows how much further down that cynical path I would have gone.
Skillish to be...
I always
Oh,
told
I'm sorry, are
myself
you a quicker reader
once
than
I
me?
made
Could you have
enough
read that
more,
aloud in
I'd
that
get
time?
back to doing what I loved. But somewhere along the way, I started to lose sight of what that was.
But do you admit you
like
have
those
just as big a
critics with
skill
their
issue as I do?
dishonest reviews, I became all about the trappings of success, at the expense of the art itself.
At least you came to your senses just in time.
You're right. Yes, I'm a very lucky man. Anyway, enough about my problems. What are we going to do about the threat letter that Lynette received? I've been looking into it a lot over the past couple of days, but it doesn't seem like it was one of our competitors after all.
Oh, that problem already resolved itself,
yes,
don't worry.
about that.
We figured it out.
Lynette, do you have a moment?
Wait, you're Jillian's sister, right?
Is she just gonna own up to it
sorry.
now?
Gina insisted on coming to see Lynette. I couldn't stop her.
She's gonna fess up.
Lynette, I'm sorry.
She admits it. Take her away. That just shot me a glance. I think she's unsure which mode to use in this situation. Wait and see how things play out. Performance. What's she talking about? Never heard of it. Feel like this might be an alternate ending. I might as well push my luck and see if I can pull this off. Oh, well, this is guaranteed. This is a guaranteed one. Especially if I draw that higher number.
Yeah, me neither.
No idea what she's talking about. None at all.
Wait, but...
Oh, do you mean when we ran into you at the Fleuve Sandra? And you said some mean things to me? As I recall, you were only trying to look out for your sister. It was just a few words spoken in anger. Don't worry. Whatever it was you said, I've already forgotten.
Oh. I see.
I think he caught on.
It sounds like Gina knows what she did was wrong. Owning up to your mistakes. and
That I
attempting to
see
be
makes
better
me
in the
think he
future
definitely
is what
knows that
counts.
it was the threat letter
I
too.
understand that
Gotta
feeling
go?
of wanting
Oh, I
to
will
stand
enjoy
up
the
for your
game.
family when
Always
they're
nice
being
seeing you
mistreated.
around. You
Yeah,
do what
I
you
do.
gotta do.
Next time, maybe consider a different tactic. Something you can pull off more effectively, and without arousing suspicion.
Alright, that's enough. Stop giving her ideas. She's not gonna join the Fatui and start murdering people.
Got it. Thank you, Lynette.
Why do I feel like I'm missing something here?
Hey, here you are. I was wondering where you'd all run off to.
Great! Everyone's in one place. That makes this so much easier.
What's up? Is it time for another picture?
What do you think? It's group photo
Of course.
time. We have to commemorate the debut of the Lost Puppet Director's Edition. Okay, everyone, we all have pretty awkward smiles on our faces in the photo from Hotel de Boer, so this time, no forced smiles allowed.
Oh, am I really not allowed to force a smile?
Is smiling tough for you?
I'll try, I suppose. I think I can manage.
And this is gonna
Lynette,
be the
Traveler,
ending
come
picture.
On. You two should be right in the middle.
3, 2, 1, smile!
Show me the picture. And that's the ending, right? Yup, it sure is. That's our troop. A roaring success. My line of sight was a little bit off. It's fine as long as your smile is genuine. She's looking at me. She's looking at me. She only has eyes for me. Alright, that's 2 out of 5 endings. Let's see, does this path split off any? It does split off at the end. Well then, let's get the alternate ending, shall we? Probably gonna be if we don't interfere. Let's see where this goes. Wait and see how things play out.
That letter? I was the one who wrote it.
And now she's gonna get arrested and taken away.
Gina? So it was you?
Arrest
Director,
this
it's time
girl.
for oh, okay. Weird energy here.
I think we came at a bad time.
Lynette, Gina must have been worried sick about me. I'm sure even she wouldn't do something so stupid if she was in her right mind. I'm so sorry. I promise I'll make it up to you somehow.
Jillian, no! This is completely my fault, and I'm the one who should have to bear the consequences. I got the wrong end of the stick and completely misjudged Lynette.
Shall we hear what Lynette has to say?
Well, since I haven't actually suffered any losses, seeking redress could be difficult. Maybe we could just let this one slide?
Really? Are you sure?
After all, Gina wouldn't be the first person to ever misjudge me, right?
I mean, that is very true.
True.
In any case, I think we can all agree it was a misunderstanding and nothing more. No need to overcomplicate things.
But we get no happy picture this
But
time, right?
Still, I was wrong to write that letter. I should own up to my actions. Make it up to you in some way.
Kids at this age are really stubborn.
If that's what you really want, then how about helping out backstage?
There you go.
Huh? Backstage?
The place where
The
she's
crew
not
could
allowed
always
to go
use
to
an
normally.
extra hand. Plus, it'll give your older sister a chance to keep an eye on you and stop you getting into any more trouble.
Thank you, Lynette. Really, thank you so much.
And alternate ending. Oh, the woman of the events finally resolved a few days later, again in the opera house with Lynette. Okay. Hey, you. You're finally awake.
Is it? I'm so much more at home here in the audience. I get to sit on a comfy seat, and I don't have to activate my energy-consuming modes all the time.
Sounds like Gina got more than she bargained for out of that backstage job. You gave her a supporting role in the play too. That was just like, oh damn, you supporting character. Well, I'm out.
Mary, you said she's a very promising young actress, and she has natural chemistry with her older sister. In their capable hands, the show doesn't need me to attract an audience anymore. Phew. Freedom at last.
Fame was right around the corner.
Fame is more trouble than it's worth. I'd rather leave that side of things to my brother and the others. I'm happiest when I get to sit in a quiet place, watch them do their thing, and cheer them on.
Like you're doing now?
Yep, exactly like I'm doing now.
There's the picture. Ah, and we only have eyes for her. The reversal, now we're the ones staring. A scene in the audience. Where there is someone performing on stage, there will be others clapping in the audience. So we'll be clapping, alright? Clapping them cheeks, am I right? I am not funny. Absolutely not funny. Alright, where to go next? Which ending do we gotta do? There's an ending over here at the beginning. Pretty early ending, in fact. Let's get the alternate ending of the path we did here.
Tea parties are a...
Alright, this time we have to make sure we don't continue the investigation. We had a perfect investigation last time we were here. This time, we're gonna cancel the investigation. We're gonna be like, yeah, actually, this seems like a perfectly reasonable outcome. We're gonna stop here. Alright, close the case. We won't talk to Lynette, we'll go straight to Ellie. That should help.
Now behave, and follow me to the interrogation room.
Ow, that hurt. Ow!
They're about to leave. Is it really okay to let them go? I need a perfect 20. I will not get a perfect 20 without any extra help, so... perfect. Check failed. Exactly what I wanted. We can leave Bernard's interrogation to the guards. Let's first rescue the animals at the Humane Society.
Is everything really over?
Yes,
I
it
still
is.
feel like
In this timeline it is.
the relationship between Pierre and Bernard is not as simple as it appears. Also, I've had this strange sense that something's off the entire time we've been on the case. And it has only gotten worse.
Well, that's a story for another ending. Oh god. Oh god!
I've still got nothing, and I'm nearly out of energy.
No! Lynette! Your hearts, they're gone! Don't force yourself.
Alright, I'll stop thinking about it for now. At the very least, we've made it so that no more animals will suffer like those poor animals did. And that's what I hope.
Ah, cute little kitty that we completely neglected in the alternate path.
And see if there are any animals left that might still need our help. Before my energy for today completely runs out.
And that's the alternate ending. Helping the kitty. Save the kitty! The truth remains submerged in the dark undercurrents, yet hope already lies beyond the cage. Cute ending, but the other ending is better. So far, I have to admit, the first ending we got might have been the best one of the Lynette hangout. Just because we actually saved all the animals and got the true culprit. And we got to have tea with Lynette at the end. And pet the kitty. What more could we want? Alright, now there's one more alternate path if we go back to a decision. And that's, I guess, if we let luck decide? I think. What else was there when it comes to decisions?
Huh. I didn't like that.
Alright, here's the choice. Oh, how about you do neither?
Huh?
If it was that urgent, someone would have come looking for you. That applies to both your troop and to Bonnie's owner.
What you're saying is, since nobody's come looking, I can just keep hanging out with Bonnie for a bit longer?
Absolutely gonna be the worst
Is that really
ending.
okay?
It is okay now. Persuasion. Well, Bonnie sure seems to like that idea. I need a 10. Spinne, are you still there? I might require your assistance again. Number 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You rarely let me down. You've only failed me once so far.
You make a good point.
Persuasion success. Neglect everyone, just spend time with me and the cat. You're gonna stick around here for a while, so if anyone comes looking for you, they'll find you.
Okay, well, assuming Bonnie hasn't strayed too far from where she went missing, there's a chance we might bump into her owner in either the Steambird offices or the restaurant. So, stick around here in standby mode? Yeah, that suits me.
Shall we find some cat food?
Oh, good idea. Bonnie's definitely hungry.
If we're getting cat food, shall we buy some snacks for us too?
May as well. We could be here a while.
Well, since we've got cat food and snacks, let's find a place to chill. Animal care and chill?
When I was trying to find somewhere I could space out earlier, collect my thoughts, I figured the cafe might be a good shot.
The quickest ending
Alright
out of
then.
all of them.
Plan of action, spend the whole day spacing out. In standby mode.
That's a plan I can get behind. Cute. Standby mode. Doing nothing is the happiest thing. Honestly, as much as I think the first ending we got might have been the best one, this might be the most relatable ending. I mean...
Isn't there anything else more interesting to do?
No, there's nothing more interesting to do than doing nothing. This is peak. This is my idea of having fun. Just lazing about in standby mode. Also, I can grab this now. And claim them. Alright, we're just a bit over 2 hours in. We have plenty of time to do other stuff. In that case, shall I do what I normally never do and actually play the event a little bit? Maybe I should. Let's see what this rhythm game is gonna be like this time. Let's see what else I can get. So I can get Goro. Huh. Community made stuff, huh? That is interesting. Let's go to the event venue again. And start with this. Perform. Gotta teleport over first. Alright, I'm here for some music.
Hello. Would you like to practice some music?
Yes. I'll have a go.
Great. Before you get started, you'll want to calibrate your instrument.
Right,
Everyone's
of course.
playing style is slightly different. Let me help you with that.
Calibration. Press spacebar or left click to the drum beat. Yeah, okay, that works.
Hello. Would you like to practice some music?
Yes. I'll have a go.
Great. I've been looking forward to hearing you play.
Alright, select difficulty. Should I go straight to pro? I can try going straight to pro. During the performance, different notes will appear on screen. Pause on the decision line, strike the decision line to score points, the amount of depending on your timing. Long notes represented by a long strip. Hold button, release after the strip disappears. Okay. Instrument used based on the music by default. Oh, so it looks a little bit different. Okay, got it. So it's a little bit more fancy. ASD, JKL. 6 key, let's go. I can play 6 key, totally. I play 6 key all the time. I know I already missed. Don't judge me, okay? I'm warming up. This is my first track. See what I mean? Warm-ups are kind of necessary here. At least it's not that difficult in terms of charting. So it's definitely something I could probably have seen if I really tried. Wouldn't be easy, though. I'd have to try pretty hard. And yes, Rob, totally Friday Night Funkin' right now. It's the Shaggy mod all over again. Alright, what's my rating? 3 stars. I'll take it. I'll take a 95% accuracy. That means I unlocked the highest difficulty, right? The one and only king. Do I want to see what the chart is like for this? I do kind of want to see what it's like, the one and only king. Oh boy, I'm gonna die. Don't melt down, brain. Okay. I mean, this is the highest possible. Small brain can't handle, especially when tired. Oh great, and they have jacks too. I'll take 2 stars, okay? I'll take that. I might be able to push it above 90% for the 3-star rating, but not now. We're making it to the playlist tracks with this one. I'm ready. Let's go. Let's perform. SDJKL. Alright, hit me with it. Come on. Alright, and there I lost it. Completely lost everything. Da, 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 da. Alright. Oh, not quite done yet. Could have gone worse, could have gone better. I've definitely played worse in the past. I'll take a 96. And you know what, while I'm at it, Always gotta go for the high difficulty shit here. Let's see what it's like. Well, I had it for a while, and then I lost it. Yeah, this isn't going well. Brain too small and tired for this. Oh boy. Yeah, that was a very bad one. But somehow it's still enough for 2 stars. You know what? I'll take what I can get there. Alright. Gotta play the Zhongli track while I'm at it. And after I'm done playing these tracks, I'll probably call it quits for the day. I know that means the stream is gonna end up being a bit shorter, but honestly, I wouldn't know what else to really do. Damn it.
Hey, I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself.
We know about that girl.
My neighbor and good friend.
We know about Sori.
You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today. But it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but Star.
Oh boy. Star indeed. Now how rock hard is the Zhongli track gonna be on the highest difficulty? Wanna help me find out? Alright, let's begin performance. Last track of the day. Let's see it. Starting on the outermost lane already. Ooh, I'm not doing too horribly, but I'm also not doing very well. Please tell me I actually got a 3-star for Zhongli. That would be amazing. Yes! Of course, the Zhongli track is the one track that I immediately get 3 stars on the highest difficulty. Of course, the Zhongli track would be the one. Of course it would be. Look at the nice little golden one here. I am the undisputed ultimate Zhongli simp, one might say. Even my subconscious is like, okay, for this song you actually have to try. And then it works. It just works, okay? I am just that good. Alright, now let me see. Apparently I can decorate the venue.
Really? You've got the things from the list? Great. I'll take those. Thanks so much.
Oh, that's for the other gameplay aspects. In that case, I don't have anything from the list yet, I think. Yeah. Alright, fine. In that case, we'll end at about 2.5 hours today. Again, not all my streams need to go up to 3 hours, but it is my general rule of thumb to try to go for 3 hours. Doesn't always work out. I usually have other streams that go longer than 3 hours to compensate for the very rare occasions where it ends a little bit early. Now don't worry, we'll do another Genshin stream when the event updates and we actually get more stuff again. I'll have to step away a little bit just in case. Don't want to accidentally trigger any event dialogue or anything. In fact, I'll just walk across the ocean real quick and go on that island. Alright, and again, for those precious few of you who are interested, keep your eyes on my YouTube channel tomorrow if you want to see someone try to find some interesting details and talk about the lovely, lovely series that is Amazing Digital Circus. Because I'm sure I might have at least some things to talk about that you might be interested in. Maybe you're a theory guy. Maybe you think, hey, at the end of the video, Code is actually spitting some interesting theories. In the unlikely event that that is the case, and you're like, hey, I want to hear those theories, be sure to check out the YouTube tomorrow. If not, then don't. It's already all recorded, all done. It is just a matter of, do you want to see it or nah? Alright, do we raid another Genshin Impact streamer then to keep the thingy going? We could also raid Maxime again. It's an option. But part of me is like, Part of me is like, let's stick it with the Genshin. That way those of you who are here for the drops can keep sticking around to get more drops, potentially, you know? I know there's at least a few of you probably here that want the drops. So let's see. Genshin Impact. Let's search for the VTuber tag, shall we? What do you mean there's nothing tagged as VTuber? You can't seriously tell me there's not a single Genshin Impact streamer that's... Wow. But that can't be, because I'm tagged as VTuber. So it should at least find me, right? Twitch is straight up lying to me. There we go, now it's finding them. Where was the problem with it? Alright. Which one? Rogue? Oh, no, never mind. They have followers only, chat. They're immediately off the list. Not a valid raid target anymore. Sorry, if anyone has followers only chat on, then I'm not going there. Someone's farming for father? Is that something we might be interested in? One viewer, 14 followers? Not in followers only chat? I feel like that's a good target. And drops are enabled. Okay. I feel like everything lines up. Whoa! That is confusing. Oh my... What the fuck is that? They completely reworked how the raid screen looks. I guess I'll just use the command then. Oh, I have no idea. There's no like... There's search. Finally. Oh my god, that is so weird. Why does that look so different? I'm not sure I like that. I'm gonna have to get used to that one. Oh yeah, in the stream manager, you can hit raid channel and then you have like a little screen there. And that just changed completely. I assume you always use the command, right? I rarely use the command for that. Alright, I guess this will be our target. I'll set up the raid. There we go. And we're heading over. Well, I always do it through the stream manager. I know the command works just as well, but stream manager is easy because any person you follow will automatically be listed there. Alright everyone, have a good one. Thank you for watching. I'll see you around. Half of you are gone now anyway, but I'll see you all on Friday for FNF, and I'm really looking forward to Saturday because you know that means some more Undertale Yellow. Anyway, see you then everyone. Have a good one. Bye bye. And of course, if you're watching this, as Rob is already teasing, after it's been uploaded to YouTube as a VOD, your support has also been greatly appreciated. And you know, if you do want to catch me live in the future, you can check the description down below where you'll find a link to my Twitch. I stream there every single Friday and Saturday and sometimes other days of the week too. Genshin is a game that's probably going to be going for a while, although it's going to be a bit more irregular. In any event, thanks for watching. I'll see you around. Bye bye!